Okay, hello, welcome back, everybody. I got disconnected last time and lost the game. Yes, rule number 75. Welcome to the stream. It's so unfortunate that I just got disconnected last time and lost the game. And I was kind of surprised by the way that my opponents are like showing so much resistance. Whichever game I'm playing, I'm finding it very difficult to get through. And his accuracy is better than mine in this game. No, it's me who is better accuracy, who has better accuracy. But again, the way my opponent was handling the position, the way they are showing the resistance is like so incredible. It's so incredible. I think now this is what is fine. Okay, let's see the review. He opted for D4 knight F6. I opted for the king's Indian setup, and opening was fine. That was a blunder because we capture features. First we have this move, opening up a line of attack on the bishop. Bishop has to move, and then you can capture one more pawn over here. Like this for D5, then we fold his pieces. Okay, that is an inaccurate because computer really likes the move C6 first, targeting the bishop, then taking that knight. But I thought I'm going to weaken his king side. That's why I goes for this line he captures here. And now he takes. And I'm kind of surprised by his defense because at this moment he don't know that there is a desperado move bishop takes f7. He takes almost like 1 minute, and he didn't find bishop takes f7. But when we get down the game, when we get lower down the game, okay, it was fine. Knight h4 was fine. Okay, we attack the queen. Queen d5, c6 was right. And now bishop d3 is also fine. And rook d8 was top computer. Queen c7 was top move. And now we throw the second. After f3, we takes the rook. He captures. Okay, he did not go for that. And actually, queen d3 is the top computer move. And it's mate in 8. I see the idea. I missed a move there because after this, bishop takes f8. He goes there. We play queen e2. It's mate in 6. And it looks like queen g5 defends the mate. But there is actually bishop h3 and there is this mate. And he has to bring this bishop out. Only square is this to defend the mating square with this one. I could have captured here as well, but bishop d3 is even finer because now we are threatening mate on that square. And if he goes here, then you attack the queen. Then we attack the queen, trying to deflect it. And now these squares are controlled by the minor pieces. So queen has to move, or either he has to counter attack our queen. But now queen f3, and again queen is hanging, and there is no defense. If he captures here, queen takes g2 is mate. But to be honest, I missed this move. Right here, I just take the pawn. I thought that it's also going. It was also checkmate. But the here idea was again, I could have played bishop e7 as well. But no, I can, here he can just go for that. Which I did. That was the game curtain. But I think I should have started with this. Although right after queen g5, I could have gone for bishop e7 right here. And after queen g4, we can play the move f5. And it is also checkmate. Because he has to bring this bishop out first. Compared to bishop d2 is the top computer. First of all, now we are hitting the queen, and queen does not have any safe square on this line. So in the next move, we are going to capture the queen maybe, and if it is here, we can capture the bishop, and in a couple of moves, it is going to be checkmating attack. But I missed that move. I just take the pawn, but now he brings this bishop out to d2. And after this move, he saw the counter attack. Rook takes f1, attacking the queen. We are still winning, but now it takes a lot of time. But he activated the king very actively. He pushed all of the pawns. We attack the pawn. We move our bishop. But then he defend the pawn as well. And now the idea was to get this king to this by this side of the pawn, start hitting those pawns. But then I got disconnected. Bro, so sad of you both. Bro, because you lost in winning version. Yeah. Anyway. भैया एक गेम भेजा और रिव्यू कर दीजिए. I'm not seeing your game, brother. Okay, let's play another one then. Yeah, let's go and let's play another one. Let's play one more 10 plus 5. Bro, you are sending me the game in my original ID, so I will try to analyze your game after we finish the games. Let's keep continuing this speed. Let's go. Okay, let's try to be precise this time. Let's try to be precise this time. And I feel like any games I'm playing on this ID, every viewer or sorry, every opponent is showing some great resistance. It has not been easy for me. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Let's try to be precise this time. I don't want to mess. Okay, now we are playing with the black pieces, and the opponent I suck two tips. Okay, let's bring this knight out to f6 and let's try to again get into the king's Indian setup with g6, bishop g7. Oh, is this the same guy? Because last opponent has also played this setup. d4, e3, and then bishop d3. And now he played f4. What? Okay, let's castle. Okay, is this some sort of what? Are you just pushing his pawns? Okay, I don't need to respond to this move. I can bring the bishop out first to g4. I came to knight c4, but the problem is, sorry, knight d5 is there in c4. If I capture, then he can open up the f-file. I don't like those things. So let's go knight d5, induce c5. Then we will draw this knight back to b6. Opponent name, yeah, crazy. And everybody is Indian, like we are getting paid against the Indians. Okay, now okay, he goes for c3. I like the look of c5, trying to chip away his central pawns. Yeah, let's go for c5. Let's try to chip away his central pawns. Because if we don't play the move c5, sorry, c5, then he can have some huge advantage over there. And now bishop g4. Okay, let's go for bishop g4. Let's pin this knight. ये मैंने बहुत बार फेस किया है वो लॉन्ग कैसल करेगा नहीं किया लॉन्ग कैसल and now let's bring this knight out to c6. Let's bring this knight out to e6. Now he's attacking our bishop. You can't drop this bishop back to h5 because then g4 will trap the bishop, so we have to take that, or rather we have to drop this bishop back. I think I can take this because now we are double attacking the pawn. So after queen takes, first of all, our knight is going to be hanging. Okay, didn't take that with the queen. So let's capture this pawn first of all. And after he takes this pawn, we do have the knight takes d4. I think we do have knight takes d4. I don't think this desperado is working because first we can eliminate this rook with check. Then we can recapture this bishop. At the end, he will take the knight on d5. Then we can take the pawn and offer a queen trade. We will have enough material, I guess. Yeah, let's go for knight takes d4. Let's go for knight takes d4. But the problem is we have two knights over here. Okay, he moves the rook. But now I like the look of queen b6, defending the knight and threatening a discovered check. How is that? I can drop this knight back, but then I think this desperado is working. He is offering a draw. No, I'm not going to offer. I'm not going to accept this. Yes, brother, XYZ, hello, welcome to the stream. Okay, now the problem is if I drop this knight back, he's going to have this check. Sorry, not check, but sacrifice. But let's take this pawn and defend the knight. And after fe, we have bishop takes e5. See. Okay, captures. Let's take it back. Wow, he was ready with this move. He was ready with this. I can go rook e8. That is complete. I can also play this move now. Yes, looks very interesting. I have an idea though. We have to evacuate these knights somehow. Do not redeem the card share. I think we have rook e8 and we are fine. I want to play queen b6, but then there is king h1. I'm not saying there is anything. I think I can go back with the bishop, captures, captures. But the problem again is there is this desperado. Bishop takes g6, h takes g6, and at the end he will take this pawn. He will take this knight. That's why I don't like this move. Bishop takes g7. These two knights are like kind of a problem for us. Okay, let's calculate. Bishop takes bishop g7 captures. We capture. Bishop takes g6. Ah, I have an idea. I have an idea. See this. No, that's not quite working. Bishop g7 captures. King captures. Bishop g6 is there. But then we can play the move knight e3 first, forking the queen and the rook. And then our queen will defend the knight. Yeah, let's go for bishop g7. Well, it took me a little bit time to configure it. So he goes for this one. He's attacking the knight, and he's attacking this knight and both knight. But we have knight e3. It is a family fork. Queen is defending this knight, so we are fine. We are going to capture the rook at least because we are eating this and this. I thought that he's going to play bishop takes g6, opening up a line of attack on the knight. But in that position as well, we have knight e3. First forking that queen and the rook, then recapturing this bishop g6. I will show you afterward. Triple fork, yeah, it's doable. Wow, white just hung everything. Yeah, brilliant blunder. Chat GPT saying brilliant blunder. Yeah, it's a brilliant blunder. I thought bishop g6 was a little bit viable move. I will show you that line, what I was calculating over there. And now we are healthy 2 pawn up. And it is a 4, so we are going to get some material. I'm not seeing any problem in capturing this rook. Let's take that. And now queen b6. Now I really like the look of queen b6. Really love, because we will be targeting that pawn as well, and we will be threatening some sort of knight c2 just traps the rook. I don't think we have to go for this. Knight c2 traps the rook in the corner, and there is no check by this queen. Yeah, let's go for knight c2. Knight c2 is even better. Trap the rook. That's why you have to prioritize your development before pushing some random pawns. Before pushing some random pawns. Imagine this knight was on c3, we could have moved this rook. But now this knight is not developed, so rook is getting trapped. Can Stockfish win this position for white? I don't think so. Maybe in some like, but I don't think after knight c2 even Stockfish can win this against anyone. Not anyone. Against 2000 maybe. Against 1459 it's still something. They can hang something. So Stockfish has something against 1314. But if a 2000 player is playing against Stockfish in this position, I don't think Stockfish defend this position. Because Black will just try to trade everything. Black will just try to trade everything. How to use Stockfish? I could beat Stockfish easily here as Black, yeah. Okay, let's review. I think we cannot review this game now. So let's try to self-analysis this. He outs for d4, and now kind of everybody is playing this setup. I don't know what is this. F4, we cancel. Now E4. And he just puts all of the pawns in the center. Now we go c12 strike in the center because you usually don't want to give everything to white. Also, after knight takes a1, queen takes a1, there's queen d4 winning the bishop. I think, yeah, let's see. Another icon. No, no, brother, it's just the speed. 1450, why specifically? Because at that rating, players are tend to blunders. Okay, now we've pin that bishop. Bringing this bishop out to g4 has a downside, and the downside is playing h3. And we do not have usual bishop h5 move because g4 will trap our bishop. Literally, bishop g4 has a downside, but you have to at some moment bring this bishop out. That's why I played the move bishop g4, and after h3 I decided to give up the bishop for the knight. Not right here because first he castle, I bring the knight out, then he plays the h3 move. We can drop this bishop back, but bishop e6 looks ugly. Right? Bishop f5 is out of the question because he can take and damage your pawn structure over here. That's why I decided to give up the bishop. And after rook takes, we are winning a pawn on d4. Captures, captures. He can try to go for this desperado and opening up a line of attack on the knight. But we have knight takes f3 first. Anyway, he takes, let's say he takes that with the queen. We can start with this check first, or we can simply take this. He will take our knight, and we are up an exchange. So we are heading मटेरियल भैया कैमरा एंगल चेंज कर दिए बैकग्राउंड बदल गया हुआ लग रहा साइड एंगल ज्यादा अच्छा ओके ब्रो आई विल ट्राई टू कीप दैट अगेन but I'm using my laptop cam this time. Oh, sorry, not that. So that was my plan. That's why he moved the rook first. Now he takes the pawn on e5. Captures, we take that with the bishop. And here I was calculating this line that after I drop this bishop back to g7, he can start by capturing, and after king takes g7, he has bishop takes g6. He has bishop takes g6, desperado, and now this knight is hanging. Now this knight is hanging. And I saw a move there. I can play the move queen b6 here, and the bishop is still hanging, and we are threatening some sort of discovered check, right? And he cannot take this knight, of course, because my queen is defending. So he has to move the bishop. Let's say he goes bishop d3, and then I can start with this check. King h1, but it is nothing. We have no follow-up. Maybe this is even better. Knight is e2 is better. And if he goes king h1, then we have knight g3 check. We can flip the rook and the king. And if he goes king h2, we have this check. Again, king has to go back, and then again there is knight g. If he block, then I can got mate in some. Not mate, but knight e3 now is devastating. And second move was knight e3 itself. Second move was knight e3 itself, forking the rook and the queen, and the bishop is still hanging. Queen is defending the knight. Both moves are, I think, viable. Both are viable, I guess. So that was my plan. But he did not go for bishop g6. Instead, he goes for bishop c4, which allows us to play knight e3 immediately, which forks everything. Captures, and now it's just a matter of time. We trap the rook and he resigned. I hope you enjoyed this. If you are enjoying the game, you can subscribe to the channel, everybody. Jogi say 2476 right now, but I was 25 about 3 days ago and should be back up soon. Wow, that's great. Yeah, this is where I was talking about queen d4. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Okay, let's play another one now. Let's keep going, unless they play knight e. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, finally we are playing with the white pieces. So let's go for one e4 this time. This is our first game today with the white pieces. Black responds with usual e5, so we are going to traditionally develop this knight. And he opts for Petrov defense. And here there is a fork on the road. There you can call it tabia. Tabia is a point where some opening gets branching out. Let's say we can capture this knight, sorry, pawn, and we can enter into the Petrov defense, classical variation on main line. And the second is we can defend this. Second is we can defend. Let's capture this pawn. Let's see what he's going to go for. He can try Stafford Gambit, but he did not go for this. Let's follow the main line then. Let's go d4. So many players will tend to go for d3, which is not the top move or the best line. Best move is to play d4. So it's fine the knight. No way 1450 can lose that, bro. This is not. This is too insulting. Okay, brother, you will win that game. Play elephant get it. Okay, he is attacking our knight with the bishop, but that's not a big problem because our knight is already defended by the pawn, so we do not have to be very focused about that. We can bring this bishop out to d3. Although I like the look of queen e2 now. Yeah, queen e2 looks very interesting. Queen e2 will target the knight, and if he moves the knight anywhere, knight c6 will win the queen as it is going to be a check. So after queen e2, he has to play f5, but then we play f3. I like the look of queen e3. Let's go for queen. Sorry, queen e2. Knight takes f7. Knight takes f7 there. No, I don't think that check is mature. That check is premature. Wow, we have a better move queen e2. He's thinking that this is check, but we can play c3. And now the bishop and knight, both pieces are hanging. That's why you should not give random checks. And at this level, so many players tend to fall for these kind of moves. They see a move. Oh, wow. Now he's attacking my queen. He's attacking my queen. So what is the move? Will you take that with the knight or will you take that with the pawn? What will you do? By the way, we have this check as well. But then our queen is hanging. We take back with the pawn and now the bishop is hanging. And knight c6 is a big threat. So I think there is only one viable move, which is to play bishop e7, blocking of the vision of the queen to the king. Yeah. Only viable move now is to play bishop e7. Let's see if black find out that or not. He didn't find out. What will you play now? What is the winning move? Which move will end the game quickly? What will you play in this position? Anyone? Who can tell me? What is your next move going to be? Win queen, knight c6. Yes, that's correct. Knight c6 check. Opening up a line of attack on the king, hitting the queen, and if he block with the queen, the knight can capture that queen as well. G7. G7 is this square. How you can do anything with G7, brother? How you can do anything with the G7? North 6, yeah, North C6. And now he has to block with the queen, or either he can block with the bishop. But in both of the cases, we are going to win the queen. That will end the game instantly. Oh, let's ChatGPT play chess. ChatGPT moves are crazy. Yeah. G6, it's white. Knight G6. No, Knight G6 wins rook, but you have even better. We captures the queen. We captures the queen. And now, what will you play now? I think now we have simple developing move bishop e3, or we can play the move bishop, sorry, g3 to flank it or bishop and follow up with the king side castle. Now let's go for g3. Let's go for g3 and then bishop g2 and we castle king side shortly. And then everything will be fine. We are up a queen, so it is just a matter of time to convert this king. Okay, I think that's not a big deal. Bishop g2 targets the rook now. And I have seen so many players playing bishop b7. Now let's castle. Simple chess. Don't try to do anything. Bishop a3. Yeah, bishop a3 is also fine, but rook e1 is there now. Yeah, bishop a3 was even better, I guess. But I think bishop a3 there was knight c6, which will defend. Anything is fine. We can cancel. And now let's go rook e1. And now rook e1 ends the game because there is no way to defend this bishop. Oh, that was this move. Okay, not a big deal. We can go f4, f5. But let's go bishop a3 now. Let's try to offer a bishop trade. Opponent resigned me. Yeah. Okay, let's bring this knight out. And now f4, f5 is coming. He can castle, which is very good move. Let's bring this knight out. Sorry, not out, but bring this into the game. We still have to convert this game because at this level, so many players just keep continuing the game. And you do not have to fall asleep. At this, so many players just fall asleep. They just win the queen and they feel like, "Whoa, I'm now winning the game." And then comes the some sort of blunder. Let's go a4, a5, trying to create weaknesses over there. Let's go a5. Looks winning for black. Yeah, it's completely winning for black now. Okay, he's pushing the pawn. Okay, now we are at a crossroad. What should I try? We have to get our knight over there, but knight g4 is out of the question as there will be bishop e4. Let's go queen d3. Let's get out of that attack. You never know when that rook can become annoying for you. Black is pressing. Hi, Dawson. Okay, now knight f5 is an idea. Follow up with knight d6 maybe. Still, my opponent is showing some resistance. But maybe we can now develop along the e file and immediately go for his wheels. Yeah, let's go. Let's go for rook e2, then rook e1, rook e1. I think he wants to push this pawn, but that's not a big deal because we can first take that pawn on c4, b4, then queen takes a6 is going to be there. So b4 is not one. And now I think we are ready to play the move f5, knight f5, knight f5. We can even consider the move. Okay, goes for this line, so let's capture and let's get in with the queen. Queen a6. I'm not saying there is anything else. Now this way hanging. Hmm. I have a cool move. Who can find that cool move? We can simplify into a winning game immediately. Who will find that? And now knight f5. Attacking the rook, attacking the knight. He has to move the knight because then this is check. Alternative is to play rook e3, but then we take that with the bishop. Or maybe we can start with okay, just hang mate in one. Back weakness. Back weakness. Okay, we start with e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, and I will show you one of the line where black goes for Stafford gambits, after captures. We play the move d3, black play bishop c5, and now bishop e2 to block that. And in this position, black goes s5, and then I think we play the move knight c3 or c3. Yeah, I think we play the move c3 first. Actually, it's from black perspective. Okay, let's flip the board. Okay, after this, we go here. I kind of forgot the move. Again, I'm kind of forget. There is a mate somehow like this. Yeah. Bishop g5. White goes bishop g5 to pin our queen. And here we have the crazy looking one, knight c4, offering a queen. And if black captures this, we have bishop takes f to check. This square is controlled by the knight, so king e2 is pushed, and then bishop g4 is a checkmate. Kind of reverse legal mate. Aren't you going to play from your main ID? No, I'm going to be playing for main ID at the evening, brother. So this is a crazy line where we immediately wins the game. This is from black perspective. Let's go back and now let's analyze the game. He did not opt for the Stafford gambit. He goes for he just states because d4. This is the main line. Bishop d6. I don't think is the main line. because it takes away the square. Usually black here can play the move d6, first of all to hit the knight. Knight goes back. Then he can play the move d5 to cement the knight here. And then usually we bring this bishop out, play this move, bring this bishop out castle, and you go for the middle game. But here he goes bishop d6, which allows us to play queen e2. And this move is very annoying to face. First of all, we are hitting the knight, and so normal looking knight f6 fails to knight c6 check again because it's a discover attack on the king, and we are hitting the queen as well. And if you block with the queen, then again queen is going to be lost. So this queen e2 move is already very hard to face with. The only good move I looked for is f5. F5 looks very good. And then it may seem that we can win the knight with f3. Again, if you move the knight, knight c6 check wins the queen. But the problem with f3 is here he can start with bishop takes e5. And now he has already captured. But I think only you can take only one piece. Either you have to take the bishop or either you have to take the knight. If you take the bishop, the knight will move. And there is no good discovery because the pawn is in front of the queen. And if he take the knight, then he moves the bishop. And after e5, you can just go bishop e7. And black is kind of fine. He's ready to castle. So that was one of the lines. And it's not clear how we are going to do something after f5. Let me turn on the engine now. White is still winning. Ah, this check is crushing. Yeah, now this check is crushing. If you move, we are getting mated. So you have to play the move g6. But now knight is g6 is there. Still, we are threatening some sort of discover attack, and after he captures, we can take that rook with check. King move, we can start giving this check, and we can win bunch of pawns, followed by bishop c4, threatening mate. If he goes here, I think we can start with this check first, forcing king to move, and now bishop c4, threatening mate in one. So queen e8 or queen f8 looks good. Queen f8 defends this as well. But then maybe you hit the knight, then follow with bishop g5 check, and it is crushing for white. Is there a tournament? No, there is no tournament. You can just win this queen by bishop g5. No, knight is controlling g5 first of all. Knight is controlling bishop g5. Bishop g5 is not a move, brother. Knight is controlling that for the moment. Don't fall asleep. Okay, now let's see the game continuation. After queen e2, he throws the empty check, which is one move iris, just a paper tiger. But we can just block with the pawn, and now the knight and the bishop both are hanging. And after he takes that with the knight, if you take that with the knight, then everything is clear. He can capture this with check. Since it's a check, so you have to recapture. And now he can castle. White is still winning because we are up a piece. But now it's less convincing. That's why we take that with the pawn. And now we are already up a piece and the bishop is already hanging. And the only viable move is to play bishop e7. So that this is no longer working as it is not its check. You can simply take this knight. But he plays the move bishop d6, which hangs the queen. Knight c6 attacks the queen. It's a check and e7 is controlled. And after this move, it is just he tries to. Okay, last after this move, we have bishop a3. Knight c6 was there to defend. That's why I prioritize development. We castle to e1, and now we clear the piece. And it is a matter of time. We get in with the queen, and now there is a nice queen set. Whenever you are not finding a clear way, just try to simplify into a winning endgame, which is like queen takes e8, knight is e8, and now knight f5. Apparently, I could have gone for knight c2 as well, attacking the rook. But I go for knight c5 specifically, knight f5 specifically, because I do have this check at the end, which can win that bishop. Like I see the viable move like bishop e4, then we capture, knight e7 is there, which will win the bishop as well. Whereas if you go knight c2, then at least there is rook e4. It is still winning, but less convincing. After this, he can move his knight and simultaneously defend. But we can sack the rook over here. Knight captures. Rook takes e8 is still a mate. I hope you enjoy the analysis. This one. Let's keep going now. Let's keep pushing ourselves. If you are enjoying these games and the stream, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, guys. Okay, I think now we are just one step away. Duo Chess TST is sending the challenge, so let's play against him. Let's play against him. Hello, Harley. Where is Harley? I forgot your name again. Okay, I think it's you, Poet State. Okay, he opened up with e4. Let's go e5 this time. Let's go e5. Let's play more traditionally. Let's bring this knight out, which defends our pawn, and he opts for the Italian open. Let's go knight f6, and he is going for the side lever attack. Okay, now I will show you how to exactly. We can go for triangular counter attack. We can go for triangular counter attack, but there is more easier way. There is more easiest way to counter the side lever attack. Let me show you. First, we start with d5. And now he hits the knight. Don't take here with the knight because then there is knight takes f7 and you can fall for some sort of trap. You can try to hold on to that position, but that line is winning for white alternatively. But we start with knight a5. We first attack the bishop. And after this check, we play c6. Captures, we hit the bishop. Bishop has to go back and he's following the main line. This is the top computer move. And in this position, we have multiple moves. We can hit the knight first, but I don't like the look of this. So let's play more traditionally. Let's bring this bishop out to c5 on a very nice active square. And now let's see what white is going to play. And now we are ready to castle. We can kick out the knight as well. Okay, let's castle. First white castle, we castle as well. And now we are ready to play the move h6. भैया mod बना दो please. Okay, he is threatening to fork our pieces, but he hangs the bishop. Right? Initially, this pawn was defending the bishop, but after c3, he is threatening to fork our pieces, but it simply fork this. Hang this. Right? This is going to be good for us. Why? It may seem that after queen takes d3, b4, we are still losing a piece, but you have to calculate one step further, which is to play after queen takes d3, b4. So if queen takes d3, b4, he will attack our bishop and the knight. And then in that position, we can drop our bishop back to d6, defending our knight. And after he takes the knight on a5, we can recapture that pawn on a5, and we will have better. We are going to end up. Sorry, material will be equal, but our position will be better. His pawns will be like completely ruined, and we are the first who is going to have the bishop pair as well. Okay. Alternatively, you can still go for this one, counter-attacking this knight, but that is less evil because then you can play the move d4, opening up a line of defense on the knight and attacking the bishop one more way. So more simple move is to play bishop d6, which defends our knight. Okay, now captions. Material is equal. We have the bishop pair. We have the bishop pair. Okay, he's attacking the bishop and he's attacking the rook. Who can tell me what is the good move alternative? That is a nice move. If you can see that. That is a nice looking move if you can see that. Which is to play bishop a6. If he captures this bishop, we are threatening mate on f1. Queen trade, no, I don't want to trade the queen because that will just get into the equal endgame. I don't like those things. b5. b5. This is b. Queen b5. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, now this pawn is still hanging and the bishop is hanging. And the bishop is hanging. But I think now we have something called initiative. And the initiative is to drop this bishop back, and after queen takes c6, we can play the move knight g4. We can play the move knight g4. Yeah, I like the look of. We are going to hang a pawn. Sorry, give up a pawn, but I think we are going to have some initiative. Let me think about that in a second. But I don't like a move there. I think I can go for bishop b6, queen takes c6, knight g4, attacking that. But the problem there is queen f3. But I think I can still go for that. Let's go for this. I like the look of bishop b6. This bishop is defended by the queen, so he cannot capture over here. And after queen takes c6, the idea is to play knight g4. A great game, bro. I also stream chess too. Still a 500 elo. Though. Can't you get better like you? Still, just keep pushing yourself, brother. You will get to that. Just keep pushing yourself. Okay, now we are giving up the pawn, but the idea is to play knight g4. Knight g4. And now we are targeting f2 with the knight and the bishop. And it's not easy to defend that. It's not easy. Okay, he goes knight s3. Wow, I missed this. I overlooked this one. I overlooked this one, to be honest. And now his queen is getting back to the x. Let me think. I like the look of this move. But again, the problem is there is queen f3 suddenly. e4 fails to queen takes e4. Queen f3 is so annoying to deal with because it will attack our knight as well. Okay, I have an idea. Let's play rook e8. I will show you what is the idea of rook e8. I don't know, you are losing your e pawn as well. No, e pawn is for the moment defended by the knight. And even if he captures that, I'm not going to. This is not losing because then his back rank will be weak and I can go for some sort of hit immediately. This is defended by the knight, and nobody is going to give up the rook. I thought queen trade is better. No, no, no. Queen trade was just equal endgame. I just want to keep the game alive. Keep the game alive. Okay, now he's the one who is targeting our rook. But I think we have in between move. Bishop b7. We have in between move. We are hitting the queen, and now there is no going to be there is no queen f3. So now it's a little bit easy to go for the attack on the king side. It's like thank you for subscribing. By the way, did tricked, death rigged, death crit. Uh, and after the queen moves, we can go rook e8. While the queen does not have a lot of square, only safe square is to play queen a4. Only safe square. And then we can play the move rook e8, which will control the pawn, and then we can go for some sort of checkmating ideas. Let's see. Okay, he goes for there. I don't think we should give up this rook. Still, this is not working. Okay, let's start with rook e1 first of all. Then we will decide. Then we will decide what to do. And I have a knight. Stupid. I'm completely stupid, man. How did I overlook that one? Did he see that? He will see that maybe because he can be stream snapping. Yeah, he just see that. And now it is completely losing. This guy is not going to give us the chance now. His queen was more active than your, and that's why I was saying queen trade was better. But still, my idea was to keep the game alive with the queens on the board. But I overlooked these moves. Although he's defending very resiliently. Let's spin this knight now. And now h6 is coming. It's still not over because now we have a nice active rook, a monster bishop, which is going for his king. Still, it's not over. Still, it's not over. But he's defending very well. Very well. He's not giving us any chance. And now h6 is a big threat. I am just 1200 euros, so maybe I was wrong. We can evaluate. Queen trade was fine, but I want to keep the game alive. Okay, it goes for this threatening mate. But I thought h6 and we are crushing. H6 and we are crushing. Knight has to move, and then there is rook takes z2. And there is going to be a windmill because queen is controlling f1. All of a sudden, we are the one who is going for the attack. Yes, we are down a piece, but look at these pieces. These pieces are not acting in the game, right? So it's completely fun. Whereas our bishops are monster on this deck. Not that one, but this one. Bishops are monster. Rook is great. Queen is defend. Queen is getting something on the attack. I'm 780 rated. Can I beat 1200 rated? You can beat if they blunder. If they blunder something drastically. Okay, he's offering a queen trade. I think that is a great why because if you take the queen, you can take that with the knight. Still, we are going to throw that check, but that is less evil, I guess. I think simplest move is to just drop this queen back, and knight is still going to be hanging. Yeah, let's drop this queen back onto this diagonal. Knight is still hanging, and if the knight move, rook takes g2 is still coming. Rook takes g2 is still coming, and this bishop is monster. So we do not have to panic. We have something now. And if we can restore the material equality, we are the one who is going for the attack because this bishop is monster. Queen is also monster beast. Trade queen, you get knight. No. Wow. How am I overlooking these kind of moves? It is kind of crazy. What the heck is going on? Wow, this guy is finding all of the resources he has. Kudos to my opponent. He is not giving us any chance. Queen c4 is bad as d3. We have to comment. He's defending like very well now. Bishop c8 looks good. Let me think in a second. You have to comment my point as he's not giving. No, I mean, why did you go queen a6 instead of queen c4? Okay. Instead of queen c4. Yeah, maybe to get out of any kind of attack. That's why I go queen a6. Because after like queen c4, there's d3. If you go queen c3, queen c4, there's d3, which will attack your queen. Queens defend d3. That's why I play the move queen a6 so that we can get out of any kind of attack. Okay, now can I pin that knight to the queen? That's the idea. But still, he's defending very well. Okay, now let's pin the knight. And now I have to go for some sort of ideas again. I have to reevaluate this position as he's defending very well. Let's see what we can pin now. Maybe rook e8. Oh, it goes for this. Let's go here. We are not blundering anything. And we have to speed up as well as he's the one who is up on flop. But he's showing great resistance. But now there is this move. King here. And we wins the queen. Or maybe we have an even better move. I can go for this. I can go for this, opening up a line of attack on the queen and we win the game. Is there any mate? I'm not saying there is any kind of mate because he's going to eliminate this bishop with the knight. So simplest is to play rook takes f2, opening up a line of attack on the king and opening up a line of attack on the queen. Finally, he gets breakdown. And now the question is, can I start with this? I think yes. It will lead to a checkmate. Oh no! Oh, there is a defensive resource. How? The heck I'm doing this? What the heck I'm doing, man? Why didn't I just take the queen? Let me think. This. Oh, there's this. Let's try this at least. I give him so many chances, literally infinite chances. Okay, he's finding all the resources. I give him like multiple. Now you're down a piece. Yeah, why not play Rook G1? G1 Rook. I could have just taken the queen. I don't know why did I go for this stupid. I don't know why didn't I just take this rook queen for free. There was nothing to do. Literally, there was nothing to do. I could have won the queen. Still, I'm trying to set up a meeting net. Shit. Let's quickly go first. And I have to speed up as well. And as soon as possible, we have to do something. Okay, that's a blunder. We can check and now we can pick up this. And now we are fine. We are back into the game. But still, it's not over. Un passant loses. Passant loses the key. Let's try to get in over here. Let's pin that. Now I have to speed up. He is playing so quickly. Now first I have to defend the rook. Or maybe I have this move and then this. We just have to put some loose pressure on that. This and then this. I can start by eliminating this pawn, then this. Oh, there is no increment. One thing like there is increment. Oh my god. Is there increment or not? It should be now winning. Let's take this with check. Then this. Oh, I could have just taken that pawn. Shit. Well, let's go. It was very hard, by the way. He was finding all the correct move. He was finding all the correct move there. And for some missed. Wow, man. There was multiple ways to win. And I just sucked. Very ये कौन सी ID? Brother, this is the speed run. Speed run. You deserve to win. This is the speed run ID. Okay, let's start from the start. He opts for e4 and this time he goes for e5 and he opts for the fried liver attack. We could have gone for the Traxler counter gambit, which goes like this. We start by taking that. In like, if he captures, then there is knight c4, queen here, and then we bring this queen out for h4. we are threatening mate in one. And if we go g6, we can take this pawn on g3. That's a check. And if he captures, we can even take this rook. And this tend to be a draw. This leads to a draw if both players play perfectly. But I decided to go for a refutation, which is to play d5. And after captures, don't take this knight because there is a trap which goes like knight takes f7, which puts the queen and the rook. And after king takes, there is queen f3. And so many players just fall. They just go king g8 and they think like, oh, I'm hiding my king. But suddenly they realize that there is going to be a checkmate like this, and you lose the game. So after this ET, the main move is to play knight a5. You counter attack the bishop. Bishop b5 check. We play c6. We block the check. And after bc, bishop is getting targeted. And according to the modern computer, bishop d3 is the top move which he played. And now we bring this bishop out to c5, which is fine. And now we are ready to castle. He castles as well. And the idea of bishop e2 is to meet the pawn at 6 with knight e4. And look at the difference. If he goes for bishop e2, then h6 comes with a greater effect because now there is no knight e5 as we can just take. And if he goes knight f3, then we can push this pawn to e4 and we are the one who is getting ec. That's why according to the modern computer, bishop d3 is the top move as there is a difference after h6. White can play knight e4, captures, bishop captures. I hope that's clear. So you have to know bishop d3. And now we bring this bishop out. He castles, we castles, and now comes c3. He tries to fork our pieces, but we can capture this bishop. We did go for that, and after b5, we drop this bishop back to b6. He captures, we takes our pawn, and he goes for queen a5. And let me turn on the engine now. And according to the engine, it's minus 2.4 for black. Because we have the bishop pair, this knight is misplaced. It can get tossed around with h6, and queen is kind of offside. Bishop a6 is there. And bishop a6 is the top move which I goes for. Bishop a6 is the better move. And after rook e1, bishop b6 is the also good move. Yeah. Bishop b6 is also correct. Because the evaluation is still the same. Evaluation is still the same. Let's leave it. And after he takes the pawn, now it's minus 3.3 for black. How did I mess this up? Knight g4 is correct, going for that. Only defensive move is to play knight s3. Okay, so till this point I was playing very fine, but okay, rook b8 is fine, but it gives away some of the advantage. I don't know what is the correct move then. Maybe queen f4. No, queen f4 computer doesn't like. Rook c8. Yeah, rook c8 kind of computer like. But I was afraid of queen f3. This looks very odd, ugly. It offers a queen trade, it attacks the knight. So if we capture, he can take that with the pawn and he can target the knight. Knight has to move. And it's not clear how black is going to get something. Yeah, this is the bad line. So after queen f3, we have to find anything else. I'm trying to find what? Queen g6. Queen g6, and then you prepare bishop b7 with rook b8. So the idea is same. So the idea is same to get this bishop over here. That's why I play the move rook b8 first of all to prepare bishop b7. He goes bishop a6, which allows us to get bishop b7, and now it's almost winning, minus 4.5. After queen a5, I completely hang this knight, and now it's equal. I should have seen this move. So maybe we have to give up this rook now. But that's a bad move as well. What is the correct move then? Aha, correct move. No, this is not the right move. So knight is hanging and the rook is hanging. How will you defend both of the things? Wait. I'm kind of struggling. Queen f5. Yeah, queen f5 is the kind of fine move. But again, it is not the top move. According to the evaluation, but it's minus 8 in this position. And after queen f5, it's just minus 5. So there is one more better move. Unfortunately, I do not have the engine lines, so it's kind of hard to get that. Maybe we just take. Yeah, taking that is fine because if he takes that with the knight, now the bishop is pinning that, and we can play the move queen f5 now. But again, that's the bad. Captures. Bad. And then what is the move? Oh my goodness. What now? Still, it's not clear. Let's let me think. I can't take this because knight is defending. Queen f5 is bad. But how will we put the pressure over there? Queen g6. Aha, queen g6 is the idea. And look at the pattern. Bishop and queen both are attacking g2, and it's very hard to defend that. If we go g3, if we go g3, now what? Now we can save the rook. I think that is the idea, and his king side is weak. Or maybe now f5, queen f5. No, queen f5 is bad. Queen f6, it's also bad. Rook e8, bad. What? What now? After queen g6, g3, this is not a move. It's actually very hard. I'm not seeing the move. I'm not seeing the move. Chess.com is not giving us anything. At least give me the best line, brother. It is not even giving the best line now. So chess.com wants money. Yeah, it is not even giving the best line, nothing for free. Bishop takes f2. Yeah, this is correct. Bishop takes f2, king takes f2. And now check. Aha, now I see the idea. If he goes here, this is mate. And you can't go here, you can't go here. If you come up, then again it's mate. So the only move is to play king g1 and now queen f3. That is the idea. Now there is mate set. Wow. Queen f6 and queen c6. Yeah, followed by queen f3. Yeah, that's the right. Yeah. Okay, let's see the game. It was deep. Okay, after this, we get into this line, we hands up the knight. And now rook g6, we are back into the game. Here again it's winning. Queen a6 was the bad move. Maybe this is the right idea and you give up the queen because you have this check. If he goes here, then it's easy. But what if he goes king f1? But then this, and again he has to get back to that. And look at these monster bishop now. Look at this monster bishop. And now again you go for this line. It's a check. We are winning the queen back, and this is devastating. He can go here, but then again look at this. This is crushing. Everything is controlled over there, so maybe he can go there, but then we can take the queen, and it's winning for us. That was the idea. Okay. But I become more a materialistic approach, and I try to win this knight physically, but that is not possible because of knight e4 now, and now it's very hard to get back into the game. But we tried our best, and finally he fall for that. Again, here I should have just taken this queen, and there was some sort of mate. Still, it's mate in 10, but that's the bad move. How is it mate in 10? Is this the right idea? No. This again bad. How is this mate? Now it is not showing mate. It's only plus minus 10 in favor of black. No, it's not mate. Black is winning in this position still because of these pieces. Those two pieces have not get development, and now we have initiative which we just goes for, and he tries to deflect our bishop right here. If we take first of all right here, if you take the bishop, Your rook is hanging. But the problem with this move is we can start with this check, and now king has to move. Then we capture the bishop, and now we are winning. And now we put pressure on the knight. We win some big move, and now it's a matter of time. We converted this game nicely. We converted this game nicely. I hope you enjoyed the game and the analysis. And now let's play one more. Let's play one more game. 10 plus 5. And let's see. Now we are heading towards 1000. So it's nice. It's nice to see. And if you guys are enjoying the game and the stream, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's see what chess.com is going to give us. Kolu Roy is sending me the challenge, but I'm trying to get to the speed, brother. Okay, I'm not getting paired, so let's give him a chance. By Prani कर दिए क्या 916 आकाश से I didn't understand what do you say. What do you want to say? Purani Satage. I don't know. What do you want to say? Okay, let's bring this knight out to f6. Okay, he is going for the London system. And okay, let's allow him to get the London setup. Let's allow him to get the London system. Let's go d5, bishop d6, offer a bishop trade. Usually he goes there, and don't play knight bd7, although that is fine. Let's go b6 this time. We flank to our bishop. And we are waiting for white to castle. Then we will capture that bishop. पुरानी स्टीम लाइव कर दिए क्या 960 रेटिंग पुरानी स्टीम लाइव कर दिए क्या नहीं भाई ये स्पीड रन है दिस इज स्पीड रन okay c5 hang the bishop let's go a6 let's make a waiting move and let's wait for white to castle then we will take over okay he goes there I can take but I don't like the look of pawn takes although I can stick my knight let's take and knight e4 after pawn takes there is knight e4 we offer a knight hit and if he takes we can take that with the pawn and we are chilling yeah this is just the speed run and now we have knight c5 as well let's go for knight c5 or maybe I should have started with knight takes or maybe knight takes z3 okay he goes back now what will you capture I think I'm in love with the bishop pair not bishop pair but the bishop so now let's castle if he goes here, we just goes back to b7 and then you'll start hitting that pawn on e5. e5 pawn is going to be a weakness because it does not have the f pawn nor d pawn. Let's go back to the d7. Let me mate in one move. Wow, be careful. But now the dark squares are weak. I have to be very, very careful. Should I go for knight c5? I don't like that look. Maybe I can go c5 and c4. Okay, he is setting this move. Let's go h5 to stop this. Maybe knight g5 now. But then we can just take this pawn and target the queen. Okay, I'm not afraid of that because that should be the bad. It allows knight c5 which attacks the queen and which hits the pawn as well. And we have 1, 2, 3 attacker. He has only 2 defenders, so I think we are going to win that pawn on e5. So after the queen move, we are going to capture over here. But how will we capture? If we capture with the pawn, let's capture with the pawn. Let's offer a queen check. Because then we can stick our knight on d3. And after all, we will get a rook onto the d5. Usually you want to get your rook onto the open file. So if he takes our queen, actually, he will help us. But he's not going for that. He's attacking our pawn twice. I think that's defended twice as well. I can stick my knight on d3 though. I like the look of knight d3. If he takes here, we can simply recapture and our bishop will defend the knight and queen is always going to hurt. Let's go for knight d3. Let's go for knight d3 and now I have an idea. You can see that this diagonal is weak. So I like the look of queen e7. But there is a problem with queen e7. There is a problem with queen e7 that he can take this pawn And after bishop takes, this knight will become a loose piece. But we do not have to end the calculation. Queen e7, knight takes, bishop takes. No, he will just start by eliminating that knight on d4. Okay, takes. Let's take that with the pawn, open up the bishop's pathway. This pawn is just two steps away from queening. There are no checkmating attack. Queen d5 is coming suddenly. Yeah, let's go for queen d5. Let's threaten mate in one and attack the pawn. Okay, he defends the mate. He attacks our queen. And probably he's going to win this. I can take this pawn though. Yeah, let's take this pawn and we are going to get in e-city. If knight captures, the pawn is going to be hanging on g3. So I think he's going to take that with the queen. But then we will play the rook a d8, quickly attacking the queen. And we are going to have a huge in e-city now. Yeah, let's just go rook a d8. Let's go rook a d8. We are the one now who has the initiative. And we can quickly double up along the d file as well. But be careful of some sort of sacrifices on g6. You can run into some sort of drawing repetition. But as long as our queen is making contact with g7 and he hangs the queen in one, what will you say to these type of moves? Bro is not watching the whole board that there is a monster sniper on the b7 square. Let's just eliminate the queen. Yeah, that's it. Game over. Rook d2 is coming. And we can just go for the checkmate now. We can just go for the checkmate. Yeah, I don't have to say anything else now. I was not expecting this because he was playing really well. He was playing well. Let's go d2. Okay, he is saying that my mouse slipped. Then what were you playing? What was your move then? If your mouse slipped there, then what was your move? Let's just take that pawn, not a big deal. And now somehow we will try to get in with the queen. And queen d2 looks weak. Queen e2 looks winning. It threatens the mate. Let's go for queen e2 first of all. Rook f2. There is this check. And we get in. We get into the back line. Oh, my rook was hanging. Stupid brother. I'm stupid. My rook was hanging. How did I just how did I forgot about that? My rook is hanging. You can just take that too. Okay, anyway, this is still winning. We just try to be careful about these moves. We're just you can just get tunnel vision. Let's capture this. Okay, he's still showing some resistance. But now I think we have this passer. We can just push this. We do not have to do anything. Queen b3, and now we start pushing this. Okay, not a big deal. Okay, let's defend this pawn. We don't have to give up this pawn. The more pawn you have, the more chances you will get to win the game instead. And now the red carpet has been unrolled. Let's push this pawn through the promotion. Let's go. Let's capture this pawn. This looks interesting, but I can go queen c5 and defend the pawn. Okay, we still have to convert this game as this guy is making some moves, but maybe now this pawn is just two steps away from queening. It can go here or not. Let's start with queen c4. Let's prepare a2 because now our queen is supporting e2. But just don't push randomly. Support that pawn. And now let's push this passer. We have a two passer. And suddenly I hang this. Bring your rook. Yeah, let's bring the rook. It's too much. But there are no easy way. Okay, let's try to push this pawn as well. This guy, what is this one under yellow? You also have rook, but yeah. I thought that this is going to be easy. We can get another queen. That's why I'm not bringing the rook. But this guy only there are only two open file which he is occupying now. So we have to wait. Okay, now finally we can bring our rook into the game. And now he sees the rook close. Okay, okay, let's finish this game instantly. Let's finish this game. Queen g4 check, queen takes z3, and rook a2. Mate is threatened. If he goes here, queen takes h4 is mate. It was so diabolical that we have a rook and we are just pushing random pawns. But now queen takes h4 is there, which you cannot stop. Okay, this is just simple mate. GG. Okay, let's go for another one as it was easy. We are not going to analyze this one. Let's play another 10 plus 5. I hope you enjoyed this one. Okay, let's try to be precise this time. We are playing with the black pieces and our opponent is RD, PR, TM. He out for d4 as everybody is playing d4. Let's start with knight f6. And let's try to go for the, okay, he's going for the London system again. And now let me show you a nice line against the London system, which I personally like. We choose to play c5 and try to get him off guard from the starting of the opening. I'm not going to allow him to get his pawn pyramids with c3 and e3. Okay, now we can go queen b6. We are targeting that b2 pawn now. And the main move is knight is a3 can be played, I guess. But the idea of queen b6 is to try to target those pawns and try to pressure the queen side. And we are not allowing white to get his usual setup with e3 and d3, c3, bishop d3 and knight f3. And in the next move, we are going to capture this pawn and then you will play d5 to contest the center square. And then we are going to bring all of our pieces back into the game. So this is the typical way to try to get the London players off guard. I have won multiple games like this, where London players just get confused after seeing these type of moves, c5, then queen b6. And they will feel like, wow, he's attacking the b2 pawn. How am I going to defend that pawn? Because if I go queen c2, then suddenly this pawn is going to be hanging. Okay, it was b3, but now these dark squares are going to be weakness in the long run. Let's start by capturing this pawn. And now he's not going to have the usual setup. He can take here with the queen. We can trade the queen, but generally after queen takes d4, my idea is to drop this queen back. Okay, he takes that with the pawn, but now look at this pawn structure. Now he will just struggle the entire game because he does not have the usual setup. And usually London players are like so destined to play the move like c3, e3, bishop d3, knight f3, knight bd2, and they are likely to play those setups. Unlike in this position, it's very hard to position his pieces. Okay, let's bring this knight out to f6 first, sorry, c6 first. And then we bring this bishop out. Okay, now bishop g4 because the knight is going to be pinned. Whereas if you play the move bishop g4 here, you can walk right into knight e5, which targets the bishop, and you have to move the bishop one more time. But now after bishop g4, sorry, not here. Now after bishop g4, the knight is pinned, so knight e5 is out of the question. I think that makes sense. And now we are ready to play the move e6, creating this nice little pawn chain in the center, as our light square bishop is out of the pawn chain. Let's go for e6. Our bishop is out of the pawn chain, so we can make it. And now we can bring this bishop out to b4 as well. Apparently, bishop e7 is also there, but that is a little bit passive. Bishop b4 looks active, but it can run into a3. So you have to calculate everything. Okay, he goes for bishop d3. He goes for bishop d3. I can go knight b4 immediately to attack the bishop. I like the look of that. He has to play bishop b1. And then I have an idea. Let's go for knight b4 first of all. Let's attack the bishop. If he goes bishop c2, then we just eliminate that bishop and we will have the bishop pair. And if he goes bishop b1, then I have an idea. Who can tell me what is the idea? What is the idea? The idea is to quickly play the rook c8 and try to take control of the c file, as his rook is going to be end up in the corner. And then we play the queen c6 and knight c2. I will show you that line. Let's see what white is going for. We will cross that road after we get to that. Any question thus far, guys? Any question thus far? Rook c8 is coming anyway. We don't have to castle immediately because there is no attack. Bishop b5 is not a possibility as queen is defending this. And there are no threat on the king side as well. Everything is completely defended. We are pinning the knight as well. And we are threatening to eliminate that light square bishop. And we will have the bishop pair after that. Bro, you wanna play with me after this match? Kilo 1000. Yes, Natty game, of course, we can play. Okay, he goes for bishop e1. And now is the time to finish our development with the bishop e7. I think bishop e7 is the only viable move. We can alternatively go for bishop d6 as well, offering a bishop trade. That looks completely viable. But I want to keep the pieces on the board, so let's go for bishop e7. And now we are ready to castle. Then we will bring the rook into the c5. Okay, castle, so let's castle. We don't have to overthink it. And now we are ready to play rook a c8. You can play rook fc8 as well. Both are viable, but usually you want to get this rook to c5 and you want to get this rook to e5 so that you can prepare e5 in the future. E5 in the future. He can kick out my knight with a3, but then these pawns will become a soft pawn. These are the pawns which we are going to attack later on. And our queen is perfectly placed to attack that. Knight is tied down to defend the pawn as well. And now we are threatening to play knight a5. And the idea of knight a5 is to start with bishop takes f3. And after knight takes f3, we can win that pawn with knight, as queen is also going to target that. So that is the move knight a5. Although I think we should bring this rook first of all to the c5. Okay, he's attacking our bishop. What will you play? Will you give up the bishop for the knight? Not yet, because usually you want to keep the bishops on the board. Bishops are better than knight in long run because it can travel the whole board. It can travel the whole board in one move. And knight are short range pieces, so you have to be very, very careful not to give up the bishop so early. Don't try to give up the bishop for the knight if it is not necessary. And now we have the general improving move like rook c8, rook e8, then a6, maybe knight a5. I like the look of knight a5 as well. Just keeping an eye on this pawn. And you may say that he can just push this pawn to b4, attacking the knight. But that pawn has a downside. So let's drop this bishop back, offer a bishop trade. Yeah, somebody will say that yeah, you are allowing a bishop capture which will ruin your pawn structure. But now we are trading the equal material, and this pawn structure is not that bad after HG. This pawn structure is not that bad, and you are trading the equal material. You cannot give up the complete bishop pair to your opponent. And I really like the look of e6. So let's take back with the h pawn. Don't take back with the f pawn because then e6 will become a huge weakness. And he can quickly try to go for that with knight g5. So take back with the h pawn. Everything is perfectly defended. And yeah, this diagonal is weak, but there is no other file. There is no knight file. Okay, now he's offering a knight trade. This is not a threat yet, but there is threat in the road. There is force on the road. Can you see what is he threatening after rook c8? What is he threatening after rook c8? I'm going to give you 15 seconds. Who can tell me what is the threat white poses after rook ac8? What is the threat? Who can tell me what is the threat? I'm waiting, guys. I'm waiting for your answers. Oh, go back. 4. But where is that fork? Where is that fork? d7. Knight is defending d7. Knight is defending d7. Max, knight is defending d7. Let's try to see one more move. g5, yes, g5. After rook c8, white can start with g5 first, attacking the knight. And if you move the knight, then knight d7 will fork the queen and the rook. You will lose the exchange. But there is one more move. It looks like d7 is defended, but white can start with g5, attacking the knight. right? But who can tell me, can we play the move rook c8 still or not? I think we can still play the move rook c8, and after g5 attacking the knight, we don't need to move the knight. First, we can eliminate this knight on e5, and after pawn takes or bishop takes, then we can play the knight h5 or knight h7, and then there will be no knight which can fold our pieces on d7. I like the look of that. Let's go rook c8. We have a counter attack, not counter attack, but counterbalancing move, which is to play knight takes e5 first. This looks like it wins an exchange, but you have to see beyond that. And in this kind of situation, so many players just panic and they are like, "Oh, I'm going to lose a rook." But you have to just see one more move. Yeah, he just goes for that. If you move the knight, then he's correct. You just hang an exchange. But we have a nice move, which is to play knight takes e5 first. Oh, I guess I fall for this. Oh my god. I missed one more move to the detail. I miss a detail. The problem with knight is e5 is he can take this knight and counterattack the bishop, and knight is still going to be hanging. Oh my god. Oh, I missed a detail, to be honest. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. After this, he don't need to take that knight. He can take this knight, and the bishop is on a wrong square. And after this move, I'm not seeing any better move. Knight d3, he still take my bishop. So I think we have to give up an exchange now. Okay, I missed the details, to be honest. Okay, line goes like this. Knight takes e5. He will not take this knight on e5. Instead, he will take this knight. And the bishop will be hanging. And if you take that pawn there, then he can win a piece. You can still go for this, but that will be hope says. That will be just hoping for this capture. But since this is the speed and I want to show you the line, I'm not going to play this. That loses. I think we should give up an exchange now. We have to part ways for this. Let's show knight h5. I will show you that line. Let's allow knight d7. Yeah, we have to allow that. Then we will play queen d8. And after captures, we take it. And then he will play h4, and white is doing very good. White is doing very good. Bro, I am in the lineup. Yes, Natty, you are in the lineup. Ayan Kozi, you have to wait, brother. After this, I have to play against Natty Gaming. And if you guys are enjoying the game and the stream, you can subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's go knight d8, queen d8 immediately. Allow this capture. I will take that with the king because I want to keep this battery on this line. Let's take that with the king. Now we are hitting, but I think he has h4 and he's fine. Although he is more than fine. We can eliminate that bishop though. But again, those pawns are going to be hard to attack. Natty Gaming, if I beat you, I play first. Yeah, you guys can have the fight. You guys can have fight there. But kudos to my opponent. He's just fine. I miss a detail. I will show you that. I miss a detail. I should have seen that there. Knight takes e5. Actually, there is g takes f6. And the bishop is on the wrong place. Okay, let's keep focusing on this game. Then we will see that at the end of the game. I think he will go for h4. Then we have to find how to continue the game. Because this construction is very hard to beat. This construction is very hard to beat. Because after h5, the pawn will be completely solid. Even if we take that bishop, there is going to be e takes 4, and those pawn structure will be very hard to attack. Bishop d6 looks like, oh, he goes for that. I don't think, wow. I think he just see that there is knight f4, but this pawn is now hanging. And I would love to take that pawn because now the g file is open. We can go for the attack immediately. Queen bishop h4 now is coming, I guess. And now I really like the look of bishop h4 offering a bishop take. Bishop h4. If he captures, my queen can get in. Yeah, I like the look of bishop h4 now. And knight e7, knight f5 is coming suddenly. He should have gone h4. H4 was completely viable. I think he don't like the fact that we can eliminate that bishop, but that was fine. You have to give up something in order to get something. You should have to defend this. Okay, he's attacking our bishop and he's not allowing us to play bishop h4. So now I have an idea. I can eliminate that bishop, and after fg, we can take that pawn with check as well. then this pawn is also going to be a weakness. I think I like the look of that. Let's go for that line. Fg, and we then he has to take that this pawn, then this pawn will become a weakness. And bishop takes b3 will become a possibility. That is going to be a check, and then queen b6 will target that and that pawn. And look at, imagine his king in that position, and our king is completely safe for the moment. And I don't think after that move, bishop takes e3 check, we are going to be down in material because we will get two pawns in return. So that is a completely viable exchange. Fg is for, I don't know what he's thinking about because we are attacking the rook as well. If you move the rook, I'm just going to be up a pawn. Sorry, up a piece. And don't to forget that bishop is defended by the queen, so actually he's not threatening that bishop. He's taking a lot of time. I don't think there is anything else other than f takes g3, allowing bishop takes e3 check. Yeah, let's go for bishop takes e3 check. You can't take this pawn yet because knights and queen both are defending, but the move queen b6 does the job. Queen b6 keep an eye on this pawn and attacks this pawn as well. And now the material is equal as well. And this bishop is doing a great job controlling that very important c1 square, which is not allowing his rook to get active. And now we are threatening knight takes d4, knight takes d4, and bishop takes d4, attacking the rook. If he goes for rook c1, maybe we can trade, but in that position, I will keep the rooks on my back rank. Let's see what he's going to play for now. Then we will decide what to do. If you guys are enjoying the game, I can see there are only 15 likes, despite there is 51 people watching the stream. And now he has to think. He's getting low on time as well, which is good thing. Okay, I think that is a very good move actually. I cannot take that with the knight because then he will win my bishop. And it looks like there is knight f3 check, but then there is queen takes f3. So I think we have to move this because I don't want to give up this bishop for a pawn. Although that is completely viable as well. Bishop takes e4, d4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4. Then you can pin your knight. No, I don't like that. We have to find an alternative. Should we go for that and offer a queen trade as well? And then somehow activating this rook. But the problem is he has two rooks. And bishop h6 looks way too passive. And he can try to attack us on the f5. But let's keep the bishop for the moment. Let's see how he's going to. Bro, just play. You yap so much. Okay, brother Anam, thank you for your suggestion. Thank you for your suggestion. And now I like to look knight e7, then knight f5. At least this bishop is controlling c1, so there is no rook c1. Knight e7 is coming, then followed by knight f5, and we will try to get in with the rook on c5. Bro, next game versus me. Hey, come, no, brother, I'm so sorry. I cannot play against you because Natty Gaming is in the line. Natty Gaming is in the line. Oh, now what is thinking? Knight e7 is there. If the knight moves, then okay, he makes a neutral move. Let's go for knight e7 and try to get our knight onto the king side. Going for the attack immediately with queen d6 as well. What about me? I am, bro. You have to wait. It's getting late as well. Hello, yes, just masala. Yes. Hello. Now he's threatening this. Can I go for this? But I think there is this threat. Oh, wow. If I go knight f5, there is g4. You have to move the knight, then rook takes f7 becomes a threat. So how will we defend this one? Knight f5, g4, there is queen takes. Ah, but he can take my knight. Then I will take his knight, I guess. And after this, oh, I think I can go for knight f. Let's go for knight f5. G4 looks like he wins a pawn on f7. Maybe he can get in with the rook, but I think we have queen takes d4 and we can get away with this. I think we can get away with this. Oh, knight, knight d7. Ah, just I forgot about that. Wow, so he double attack over here and then there as well. So he was just waiting for this move. I'm literally struggling against these 800 and 900, brother. Wow, crazy things going on. Whenever since I have started the speed run, I'm struggling in all of these games. Literally, I'm struggling in all of these games. That's why I tell you to attack with queen, bro. Where you will attack the queen? I thought that I just see this one. I just forgot about this one. So I'm going for bishop takes, I think there. No, no, it's 10 plus 5. It's 10 plus 5. We can still try, but he's defending very well. He's not giving me any chance. He gets the exchange. There was a fork on the road. That's why I didn't go for that. But why he's allowing this move and then this check? Check. King h1. Unfortunately, there is no knight takes g3 because the queen is defending. I can attack. He goes there. Let me go king h7 first of all. Let's get rid of any kind of checks. And now we are pairing d4 this. Let's go d4 first. Let's attack the queen. I think he can just take that. Oh, he didn't go for that. I can take the queen, and I think his idea is to go there. Should I take the queen? Or should I leave it? Check. And this is mate. Bishop 3, you missed a mate. Oh my god, there was a mate on the board. Not right here, because he can sack the queen. But I he could have sacked the queen right here as well, yeah. It's a mate. He should have given the. Oh, yeah. After this move, let's say. Ah, this results in a mate, I guess. This is control. If he goes here, knight is g3 is mate. Wow. So after this one, he has to give up the queen. But now it's not winning for white because we have at least knight and the rook. No, 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 it was just me. There was no need to fork the rook. यहाँ से fork था, लेकिन वो इसको capture कर सकता है. After capture, he can move the rook. Or he can just take this because this is not winning of course. The winning move was bishop. Sorry, first we start with d4. We counter attack. I think here he could have taken there. It is not winning as black has been. I think he panicked there. But now we see the idea. There is this check. King h1 loses to knight g3. It's mate as everything is controlled. So after this check, he has to give up the queen. But now pawn takes, and now the rook is defending. And now we are the one who is winning because we can just try to go for that. Okay, now it's time, so nothing more. I think you have now everything is clear. If you enjoyed this game, you can subscribe to the channel. Next game with me, no, brother, it's going to be the last game against Natty because I'm streaming from so many times. It has been like almost 2 hours. How do I join? Natty Gaming, you have to send me the challenge on my username. My username is stars_3. If you can send me the challenge, then I can play against you. You are checking up the time, brother. Suraj, wow. Bro, आपकी रेटिंग तो 2000 प्लस थी ना. Yes, brother, this is the speed run. This is the speed run. That's why the rating is lower. Is that clear? Someone is sending me a challenge, but I'm waiting for Natty Gaming. I'm accepting everyone's friend request. Natty Gaming, where are you, brother? What is your username? What's your username? Done, brother. What done? It's Dhruv Kaur. Is this your user ID? Dhruv Kaur? Is it you? Where are you, man? Why are not telling me which one is your ID? I will accept another one then. Brother, are you there? Natty Gaming? Are you there in the chat or not? Why play with me night? Okay, yes, brother, I will play next you. Someone is again sending Nadav Khan. Which one is your username, brother? Natty. I sent you request. I think this is that guy. Let's give you. Is this you? Natty game. Is this your ID? Okay, after this game, we are going to end the stream. Then we will be playing. Then we will be playing at the evening with the main ID. Let's go for the Khan defense this time with C6, then D5. C6, D5, and if he captures, okay, it didn't capture, so let's stay. Let's stay. And after knight takes E4, we can bring this knight to F6, which is known as the Karpov variation. But then he can take and damage my pawn structure. So I don't want to show you that line. Let's bring this knight out to D7 first. Then following up with knight G to F6. Because then if he takes, okay, now we bring this knight out. Then if he takes, we can recapture with the other knight and we do not have to damage our pawn structure. Since we are at the 1000 level, so I just want to keep everything simple. Don't get into some sort of unusual setup. Just keep everything simple and follow the chess principle. Just try to take the central control, bring your pieces out, and then play e6, bishop c4, bishop e4, and then castle. Okay, I can play the move bishop g4 here to pin the knight, but he has played the c3 move, and I don't like the look of queen b3 there, which will target that move. Although I can meet that move with queen b6, and everything looks fine. Let's go for bishop g4. Let's pin this knight. Let's pin this knight, and after he goes queen b3 to attack this pawn, we can play the move queen b6, offering a queen trade. And if he takes, we can take that with the h pawn, and we can enjoy the open h5. Sorry, semi-open a5. Semi-open a5. Let's see what white is going to play now. Okay, bishop c4. He's targeting this pawn and now preparing this one. So let's play the move e6. Let's play the move e6 first. Just trying to disarm this bishop on this very active diagonal. And again, queen b3. At this moment, we can still play this. Okay. Will you give up this bishop for the knight or not? There is two things. If we drop this bishop back, then he can play the move g4. And after I go bishop g6, there is knight e5. And he will get the bishop anyway. So I don't like that look. So let's just take this. Allow queen takes f3 and get the rapid development. Bring this bishop out to e7 and we are ready to castle. And usually if the bishop moves from that home square, then we can do bishop, queen b6. That's castle as well. And now the idea is to go queen b6, trying to pressurize that. Alternatively, we can play the move c5 and try to chip away the central pawns. But then there is queen takes b7 as well. We have to be careful. Let's play h6 first of all to stop bishop z5. To stop bishop g5. Bro, please play with me, please. It's Shiva, brother. I'm so sorry. I cannot play more game after this one. If you really want to play, you have to send me the challenge at the evening stream. Okay, now I like the look of b5. We are attacking the bishop, so he does not have the time to capture this pawn. And now c5 immediately. Oh, I give up this pawn, but we are attacking that. He captures, recaptures. And by the way, he can just take this pawn, but there is still a move. Who can tell me what is the next? We are tactically defending that. We are tactically defending it. After c5, if he captures, sorry, not here. After c5, okay, he attacks the bishop, and now bishop has to move. Okay, not a big deal. Let's go back to bishop e7. Don't go bishop d7 because he wants to capture this pawn. But if he captures this pawn right here, we can win that. Oh, now he's threatening something? I don't think so because this bishop is still in the way. Oh, see the idea. I see the idea, what he's trying to do. Ah, that is a deep move. I'm not sure if he can find that or not. I want to play the move a6, but there is a deep. Who can tell me what is the threat after a6? मैं डेली स्ट्रीम पे आता हूँ नोटिस किया है यस ब्रदर सूरज आई डू हैव नोटिस्ड इट व्हाट इज रॉन्ग विथ a6 who can tell me what is wrong with a6 I will tell you what is wrong with a6 I will tell you what is wrong with a6 and in the interest of time let me play queen b8 to defend the pawn like this. Alternatively I could have gone for bishop queen b6 as well. I will show you what was wrong with a6. And I thought that white was preparing that. That's why I did not. Although at this level, those moves are beyond of thought. But still, anything can happen. We cannot play hope chess. We cannot play hope. Let me show you the line. If you play the move a6, okay, he's helping us. I can defend, but let's just capture. And now we are free to move. Let's go queen b6. Now let's go queen c7 though. Let's connect the rook. I will show you that line. I'm not getting that time to show you what was the wrong with that. Still, the problem with a6 is there is bishop takes h6. It takes a pawn, and if you recapture that pawn, then there is bishop h7 check, opening up a line of attack on the queen. Means that takes away two bishop set to win the queen back. Maybe I could have gone for that as well because we will get two bishops and the rook as well at the end. But I don't think that was sound because then our queen king would have been so much weak. Okay, he attacks our queen. Queen has to move. Where will you move the queen? Again, this loses to this. Bishop d6 is again a blunder. Bishop takes, queen takes, and again there is bishop takes h7. So it's very hard to move the queen. We do not have any usual move. Queen takes c3 looks good, but then again there is bishop h7. So he is constantly threatening bishop h7. That's why we cannot do anything. e5 looks good, but that pawn on e5 can become weakness in the long run. Let's drop this back. He's making his move with tempo. He's not alive. He's playing well or something wrong. Fissy, fissy. It looks something fissy. Yeah, that's correct. It looks something fissy. The speed run has not been easy for us. Now he take away this square as well. Wow. And this pawn is defended by the rook. My idea was to play knight d5 as soon as possible. But he has the bishop pair and bishop is monster. This rook is stuck in the corner and sometimes this can be a threat. I don't like my position to be honest. Let's go rook d8 now at least. Let's try to pin this. Let's try to pin this. Yeah, I was telling that this speedrun has not been easy. The moment I has created this idea, every game is like going so tough for me. Okay, as you have seen in the last game as well, I just goes into the wrong direction. But somehow there was time situation, and we get back. Okay, let's try to be precise. Still not the end of the world, but white has so many threats. We cannot put our rook on this file. This bishop is controlling this diagonal, and this rook is stuck guarding this pawn. Right. And we can't even play queen b7 as this queen is still a beast. He just proceeds the pawns. I really like the look of queen c5, but then there's bishop e7. It may seem that we can move this bishop, but then suddenly there is bishop takes h6. If you take that with the pawn, knight is going to be hanging. So bishop is kind of tied down in the defense of this knight. Okay, let me think. It's hard when you play with the chat. Move king. Yeah, I think we have to make a neutral move. Let's go king h8 actually. Let's take the sting out of bishop h7. And now somehow we have to attack something. It's hard when you play with chat. Yeah, it's very hard. And when I play on my own, when I play randomly, everything feels like easy. I make some easiest move. Okay, let's see what he's going to play now. Still, we can't move this bishop, but because the problem is the moment you move this bishop, there is bishop takes h6, and after g takes h6, knight will be hanging. And now he's double attacking this pawn, which is very hard to defend. But now we can go queen d7 to defend the pawn like this, as there is no bishop h7, as there is no bishop h7. And still, I think white is the one who has some edge because all of his pieces are so active. This bishop is a beast on this diagonal. This bishop is beast in this diagonal. Queen is also very good. Both the rooks are attacking that pawn. Our rook is very passive. Queen is passive. This rook is passive. Bishop is passive. Knight is passive. All of my pieces are passive. I think now he's preparing this move. And now I can go like here, right? But no, that's is that a good move? Queen d4 walks right into rook d1. We can play the move queen e4 there. And after he captures the rook, I will not capture with the rook, I will capture with the bishop so that this pawn is going to be defended. Let's go for queen d4. And we are ready to meet queen d4, rook d1 with queen e4. Review this game from main account. Okay, yeah, we will review this game from main account with the engine. As this guy is playing some so subtle moves. He's so solid. Let's look upon his ID. He has lost many games recently. Then he won 2 games. What happened in this game? What the? Look at the type of move he's playing in this game. First of all, he allowed this move to eliminate the bishop with the knight. His opponent was like also bad. Okay, let's go back to the game. Bishop c7. Wow. Wow, he's finding the craziest move ever. What is the idea of bishop c7? Can you see the idea? It is a very big threat. It may seem that you can play the move rook d7 to attack that bishop, but suddenly your queen in the rook in the corner will hang. Rook in the corner will be hanging. So we cannot play rook d7. We have to play like rook c8. Let's go rook c8. Accuracy 90 over I don't know. Wow, look at that idea, brother. If he is not cheating, we are done. If he is not cheating, we are done. Look at that crazy idea. If you take, there's triple attack on that rook. As queen is also attacking that. Wow, and now b7 is still a threat. He is winning the game out of the opening, from the opening. That's why I hate playing my viewers. That's why I hate playing the viewers. Okay, anyway, let's try to find the move. Let's see if there is any defense. First, he forced us to move the rook on a foldable square. Then he followed with b7. Even if you play rook e8, b6 is coming. The problem is you can't take over here because there is rook takes a8, rook takes a8, rook takes a8. Even queen is attacking there, and you will lose the game instantly. Wow. And again, I can't even sack this rook for the exchange because then he will start with rook takes a8 check first. He will play that move. So we can't even give up the bishop for this. Wow. Should we resign? Because there is no defense against this. Literally, there is no defense. A7, A6, there is brother B7, which will force your rook. Which will force your rook. Okay, let me think if there is any defense. So, bishop C7, B6. We have to scan this guy. We have to scan this guy. Then again, rook takes 8 as queen is also targeting this. Queen is also targeting the A8 rook, so we do not have any kind of sacrifices as well. This is losing already. C2, A5. Brother, how will you stop B7 4? You are going to lose a rook. And queen is also attacking that. So we are going to lose that rook on A8. Oh my goodness. Oh, brother. I'm going to allow that. If I take, he's going to promote that with check. Captures, captures. Play some random move and this game and review. Play some random move and end this game. And end this game and review. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see what he's going for. I'm trying to set up a last trap, but I think he will not fall for that. Of course, he will not fall for that. But at this level, so many players fall for these kind of traps. But of course, this is I'm playing against Stockfish, so there is no way. Bro, blunders are always on the board, never resign. But blunders are always there on the board. But when you are playing against a human, right? If you are playing against a human, then there are blunders on the board. But once you are playing against some sort of Stockfish, then there are no blunders. Then there are no. Now we have to keep an eye on this knight, which is not possible. Yeah, this is even better. Wow, he's attacking the queen. Queen is tied down in the defense of the knight. Even if we counter attack the bishop, he will take the knight and simultaneously attack that rook. Let's make some stuff is blunder. It happened many times during game. So brother, they are playing each other. They are the top computer. They are the top chess computer in the world. But once one player is playing with the one is human and other is a stockfish, you cannot you cannot get anything. I think game is still on. I don't think he's winning, brother. How you think that the game is still on? It's impossible to do something from this position. It's literally impossible. He is like huge amount of material. He is two pieces up, one rook and a bishop, and he forced the One look of the wood. Bro, what do you think? Who will win 100 Grandmaster or Stockfish? Stockfish, brother. Stockfish will win the game. Stockfish will win the game. Oh, he just goes. Yeah. Yes. Wow. Okay, it's time to expose this. It's time to expose this. We have to scan this with the main ID. Let's go. I'm coming with that one. I don't know why these people cheat. What will you get, brother, by cheating? I'm just coming, guys. Let's show you. I think everything is visible. Let's make the code little further, broader. Let's go now. Okay, let's click on the review. What do you guys think? What was this game? Bro, what do you play the most, Blitz or Rapid? I play both, but I played the Blitz most. What do you guys think? What was that game? Was it a legit game? And can you believe that the accuracy is 93.3 and he does not have a single mistake? He does not have a single mistake. All the moves were top notch. Yeah, let me show you that as well. We need to expose these type of things. You can see that. There is not a single inaccurate. Zero. No blunder, no miss, no mistake, no inaccuracy. Only good, excellent, best book move was there. Bro, are you playing with your real account? No, it was not the real account. It was not the real account. Okay, now let's see the move. We started with e4 c6. It was the Karokan defense. Okay, let's watch from our perspective. Now we play the Moon Knight f6 because you can play the Moon Knight f6 immediately, but then you can take. And now the pawn structure are damaged. This is still viable move. I have played so many. I have played this kind of games so many at so many instances. I have won many games as well. But since this is the speed and I want to keep everything simple, that's why we bring the knight out first so that we can meet this move with knight captures. And now he plays c3, so in 5 pawn structure, which is the book move. And let me turn on the engine now so that we can watch out for the engine line. He goes bishop c4. We play e6. We kind of limit the damage, not damage, but control over that diagonal of that bishop. He goes s3. We decided to give up the bishop. I thought that after I goes bishop h5, he can do bishop sorry g4, and after bishop g3, knight e5, and we have to give up the bishop anyway. So that's why we just take that bishop. Queen takes, and now we bring this bishop out. Castles, castles, rook e1. I play h6. The idea of h6 is to stop bishop g5. Bishop d2. We goes b5. We attack the bishop. He goes back, and now comes c5. c5 is inaccurate, but it's not a bad move because if he captures here, we can take here twice. We can take here twice. That's why he didn't take there. Oh, sorry, he takes. We take it back again. If he captures this pawn, the bishop is hanging. But he set up a trap. First, he attack our bishop, and if you go bishop d6, then he can capture this pawn, as our queen is not watching that bishop. Maybe you have desperado, but it is better for white because white does have the desperado as well. So what we do, we drop this bishop back. We draw this bishop back to e7 so that our queen is always going to watch that bishop. So it is out of the question. And rook d1 is the top computer. Rook d1 is the top computer move. Not rook a but rook e d1 is the top computer. Even I have struggled so many times that which moves to put on d1, which moves to put on rook e1. And since white has already moved this rook to e1, so it is more human approach to put this rook on e1. Sorry, d1. You have already moved this rook, so why to move that for exact rook same time again? So usually all of the humans will play rook a d1 at least if they want to move the rook. But this guy play rook e d1, and the idea is first of all he is attacking this bishop, sorry pawn, and you may say that you can defend this pawn. Let me turn off the engine. Let me turn off the. You may say that you can defend this pawn now with the a6. But the idea is bishop takes a6. What will you play now? I see this idea. I was pretty sure that this guy will find this idea because already at that point I was suspecting something that he is cheating. That's why I did not go for this line. The idea is if you capture this bishop, bishop h7, it's a check and it's open up a line of attack on the queen. Black loses the queen and white wins the game. And after bishop takes h6, this is still in the air. This is still in the air. So you have to move the queen. You have to move the queen. Let's say you move the queen like queen c7. Then he can simply go back with the bishop attacking your queen. He's up a pawn. Our king side is weak. Queen g3, queen h4 is coming, going for mate somehow. That was the idea. And now let's turn on the engine. Let's verify this with the engine. Rook e d1. What if I play a6? Okay, computer actually wants to play this move. And bishop takes h6 is kind of third top computer move. But that was the idea. Yeah, computer actually prefer a4. But this is completely fine. Although it takes away to give up this piece and the rook. But again, you don't want to go into this line where your king side is weak. Yeah, I see the line. You can take this and go for this line. Again, he has a rook and my king side is kind of weak. We have some material, but again, the problem is our king side is weak. That's why I did not go for this line. It's queen b3. No queen b3. We move the queen, we defend the pawn with the queen. Now he defend with the wall. A5 is again second computer move. No, sorry, it's actually top computer move. A5 is the top computer move. Okay, let's see how many times he plays the top computer move. Okay, here bishop e1 was the top computer move. First he played this move. We drop the bishop back. And now he played the top computer move. Queen b8. A4 top computer move. Captures, rook captures, top computer move. And now rook d1, queen c7, and c4 is the top computer. First bishop f4. Bishop f4 and c4 both are the top move and second top. First he played bishop f4 because this is also the second best. I drop the queen back and now c4, bishop a6, c4 computer between c4 and bishop a6. He out for c4. Now we play the rook fd8 and rook a1 is the top computer move. You can see the line. First, this is the second best move. b5 is the second best move. b5, king h8, and now second best move, rook a1, queen d7. Computer prefers bishop f1, bishop e2, and b6. b6 is also a move here. He goes bishop e2, which is the best move. Now computer is bishop e2 is the best move. Wow. I play queen d4, inaccurate. Bishop e3 is the top move. Bishop c7 is there and rook a6 is there. But he goes bishop c7, second best move. Hits the rook. You cannot play this move because your rook is going to be hanging. You lose the game. And evaluation is already +4 for white almost. It's +3.6. We goes rook c7 and now comes b6. The idea is if you capture, rook is going to be hanging as there is enough attacker over there. So that's completely losing. And even if you push this pawn, b7 is still there, which is a 4. And you cannot defend this position. Captures, you are down a piece. Wow. So b6 was top computer move. Knight e4, b7 top computer. We move the rook. He captures again top. Rook d1 second top best move. And now we goes for that. My idea here was if we just take this pawn normally, then we can play the move rook f8 at least, and we can get something. This is still winning for white, but we can start giving some sort of checks, and we can try to get something over there. But that square is protected, so bishop can eliminate the knight. That's it. Now there is nothing else to calculate and analysis. And if you play daring and sacrificial, you enter. Stockfish is all rounder, so it's confusion sometimes. Elo so karo na review ka. Okay, Elo. Let's see what is the estimated Elo of this review. Use Patricia. To improve your play, you should review with your play style. Bro, I am actually 2350. Wow. Wow. What a great way to say that I'm not cheater. Natty Gaming, what a great way. What is your username? What is your username? Let me watch out for that. And even if you are 2350, it is not possible because I'm also 2200